Alright, sorry everybody, I had a little crash. For some reason OBS crashed. I hope this won't happen again. I hopefully, sincerely think so. Sorry for the crash. Whoops. Sell this as metal. I will have to reflect a little bit of this color here, this orange thing. Zoom in a little bit. Sorry for the crash again. Welcome back. I am here and I'll be streaming for about an hour probably, and something like that. Add some stronger highlights on these guys in the back because they're, I want to separate them a little bit more. They're undead, as you can see. Some undead armies going around looting things. So this guy will also probably be a skeleton. So let's try. I don't want to put a crown on his head. That would be like super cheesy. Maybe I want to have something on his head. No, I don't want to. Worry about that just yet. It's a skeleton thingy. Of course it's a skeleton. Like, oh my god, so original. Let's see if I can keep it loose, keep it loose. Not worry too much about details, and maybe add some spikes on his back. No, spikes on his back, or maybe make this entire head like a skeleton head. Nope. So this is like a tank thing in the background. I need to separate it a little bit more. Let's worry about the background a little bit. So it's like this is a land unit, tank of some kind. This is a small mixer brush. So let's reflect a little bit of this top color on his helmet. And let's do the nose thing, since I have this nose thing on this other guy. So let's just have it reflect a little bit more. And maybe I should do another guy here. And another guy here. So it actually has some depth. And again, adding these highlights just to suggest that they're guys wearing helmets. Give me a holler if you're still watching the stream and if it works. If the stream doesn't work, I have to work around and try to figure out why. Let's add some spears. Highlights, highlights, highlights. No, doesn't work. Too small, so I don't want to go too much into small. And I'm having already a huge brush, so there's a big cannon here, and let's have it go pew pew like this. No, I'll just make the light here. It's preparing to go pew pew. So just adding a few things to the background, but I'm not gonna touch the background too much. I think it works. It's like a bit abstract, and I think it works like that. It gives an ominous feel, like there's some huge machinery at work, and that was the original idea. But I can do some just minor fixing. Also the smoke here. I have to have a smaller mixer brush so I can do these little trails. Hello, Mooster! Finally caught me live. I sacrificed hanging out with you guys for doing this. Yeah, this is kind of unusual, really unusual for me. Leader of the Sun Cult. I want to try and just for a little bit do something a bit more different than what I usually do, and see if I can maybe expand my skill set a little bit. Hopefully this will work. So I still need to separate, to merge light and dark shapes a little bit, to avoid unnecessary gradation where it really doesn't, there is no need for it. Like maybe here even. And here. To somehow connect the top and bottom side. I'm not sure if I need this. Just simplifying some detail. I could maybe do a little, because I have a robot here. Maybe I should do a little robot here. No, it will be a bit complicated, so let's avoid complication, further complication. It's already complicated as hell, for me at least. You know, I'm always talking about how it's really not good to shoot myself in the foot with too complicated of an illustration, but look at me, I made this. But I made this a year ago, so today I will be smarter. I will be like, nope, 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 too complicated to do. Let's add some more. Maybe some. I think back then maybe I had something to prove. Right now I really don't have something to prove, bro. So I'll be keeping to a bit less complicated things. Too awesome for this world. Thank you, Ja. Nice to have you on the stream. Little explosions and it's 5,000 pixels, so I think I'm doing good with. Now we could probably resize soon, just to be able to there's some tank things in the background, but let's try to see how it would look if I remove this. Will you have giant spaceship in the background? Well, maybe this is a giant spaceship in the background. They need something to charge. Let's add a bit more smoke here. Charge at. We'll see, we'll see. They are like invading, they're not charged, they're like going over and invading shit. Eva says hi. Oh, hello. Hello, Eva and Musta. Hello. Host me, host me, host me. Give me some views. Maybe I get a Patreon. www.patreon.com/Zhillustrator. Give me money. Oh yeah. So these little shapes in the background, they're just hinting at maybe something bigger in the background, but I'm not sure. And thank you, Musta and Shrill Llama. Shrill Llama is now hosting me. Thank you, Shrill Llama. I don't auto-host anybody. I should do that. That's a really nice thing to do. it says like Shrill Lama hosted the channel to question mark viewers. So many viewers, question mark. It's good to host people, I think, because it's a nice thing to do, I think. Nice thing to do. It's a nice thing to do, and we often forget it. Sometimes I don't spend too much time on Twitch. So I forget to host people, and Mr. Crack is just hosting me. Good that you arrived now, because like 15 minutes ago I had an OBS crash and I was offline. One entire viewer, oh my god, so many viewers. It's just impossible to handle all the viewers. I have 7 viewers right now, or 8, which is, you know, not bad. It's you! What do you think about my soldiers? They're doing their invading thingies. Yeah, Jah is here also, and Joel was here until before like 20 minutes ago, and the entire Discord crew was hanging out with me. It's really nice of them. How you introduced contrasts. Yeah, I'm trying to use like various contrasts to hi, I lurk as usual. Thank you, Jack, you're a good lurker. Your lurk is appreciated. I wish I could paint night sky from Picartus says. Well, go paint. Go try. It's not actually too difficult. I think with all the resources people have nowadays, you can learn how to paint pretty efficiently and quickly. I mean, I'm not the best painter of them all. But nowadays you really have a lot of good resources for learning how to paint, so I don't see any like reason why you shouldn't. If you like, of course, if you like to paint, then his humble saying he's not the best. Yeah, I'm the best in my room. I'm the best in my room, and I'm the best in maybe my like part of town. Yeah, you can stream labs really likes to remind everybody that you can buy me a coffee, so go if you like it. You're also worth what? Worst? Yes, I'm super lamest worst in my room. Should I just leave this now? I'm just doing sound effects because who cares? This is loose and crazy. A lot of stuff flying around. A lot of stuff flying around, definitely, but yeah, it should be a lot of stuff flying around because it's bullets and I gotta try sound effects painting. Bob Ross really does it too. Yeah, oh, it's so enjoyable. Just the pew pew pow pow. It's super enjoyable to do. He did. Oh, that was. He sure did. I don't know what these skeletons are. They're not skeletons per se. He did. But we love Bob Ross. He's our favorite guy. Here's a happy little zombie here, and a happy little tank that lives just there. Happy little tank that lives just there. Leave it to me to make all the bad jokes. No, I can join that too. I am always crappy with jokes. Rim light. And now I wanted to make this helmet properly, so it's a bit more round. I need this to be a little less sharp, so I can suggest a little bit of depth by having things sharp or less sharp. Maybe he should have a hand, like a long hand, and doing this and doing this. Fuck you, everybody. I don't know what will I do with him still, but I want to just have some ribs poking out, like. Maybe he'll have like a. I want to make this simpler. No. Wow, wow. I like this pose. like it's like a scribble almost, but it looks nice. And now let's try add this other hand. Ba, 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 ba. 7 viewers, welcome viewers. Maybe I should make him like do this. Don't mess with this guy. No, it just doesn't look. I'll figure out what to do with him. I feel like maybe he has to have a hand like on this side. Or like whoosh. He should have like double guns or something like that. No double guns. Yeah, I just have to suggest detail like here. Suggested that his hand is like just poking out somewhere down, and his hands are because he's super weird. He's not a regular skeleton dude. I had no idea what to do with when I made this. This was just improvisation, so I'm kind of happy I got anything out of it. Maybe he should have like too dark. Ten viewers, welcome viewers to Zombie Army painting stream by a guy that doesn't know how to paint people, so he's just winging it. I mean, I can try. I mean, I am not like a I'm always saying like I can't paint, but I can paint some things, but you know, let's have a shield and the front. So this is like a shuttle falling apart or something like that, and infested by maybe I should try and just merge these darker shapes into something. Yeah, this works better, I think. This here is the shoulder of this guy, and he'll throw some shadows here. So let's merge these shadow shapes a little bit also. So I'm talking about merging shapes a lot today. That means like if I have several light surfaces, I try to connect them somehow, so it's less hard on the eye. Like for example, all of this, like it's a bit lighter, so I'm just trying to connect this helmet and yeah, I'm rated by NMT, but with party of 9,000. Alright. Night Sky, one commission done, 3-2. You can share the link to us if you want us to see. Jakuyu. Oh no, it's like it's Ukrainian Jakuyu. Thank you NMT for the raid. Seraphine, welcome to the stream. Eat pudding against NMT, and this is looking good. Thank you, Bladed Eclipse. Here's the image. Zhillustrator, have seen you in ages. Oh yeah, NMT raid. How are you doing? I'm trying to not kill myself painting this because this is something I started a year ago, and I just looked through my older stuff and I'm like, woohoo! Art looks amazing and ever. Princess Dragon followed the channel. Thank you, Princess Dragon. Dark Hoodoo. Night Sky. Everybody click Night Sky's link. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, goddamn. Maybe I can see it. I can show it. Whoops! Family stream! No. Alright, this is one moment where I have to remember that some people maybe have some not safe for work. Oh my god. Band, what band? I don't know. This was good. This was gold. This was gold, definitely. No problem, Night Sky, you gave me a good laugh right now. And somebody followed me. Dark Hoodoo, thank you for following. My name is Živko, I'm a digital artist from Serbia, and I'm working mostly on personal art. Welcome to the stream. And I haven't been streaming for a lot of time. So this is basically comeback stream. I mean, comeback stream run. Just add a few highlights here. So I'm painting like an invading force doing their invasive thingies and trying to convince myself that this will be good after I finish with it. Because I never painted something like this. Oh my god, 17 viewers. I have like the 12 viewers, not 17. I have that's like the most viewers I had in some time. Invadey thingies. Yes, invadey thingies doing their invadey thingies. Yeah. I'm a pretty serious guy, as you can see right now. I'm super serious with invadey thingies. Thank you for following, IP. So cute. Aw. Spears. So I just need like a bunch of little highlights here to figure out that there are spears going on. And this skull guy should be... his skull should be like huge. I should paint that. Maybe he's like a... I'm a huge skull guy. Hello. Whoa. Whoa, hello. I'm a skull guy. And it's a Necron staff. Yeah, I kind of feel like I should keep it like this. But I need to paint a proper skull because I don't really paint people. I mean dead people too. Maybe this guy just has like Not sure. Maybe do a frowny face. Wow. Now when I open the history, I won't be able to get back to my previous thing that I painted. Maybe he's like whoosh, has hair going from here, and he has no bottom jaw, like just doing the top jaw thing. Arrow, no. No, let's just get back to the original one. Or leave it like this, because I didn't think about this when I started. I feel like it should have more perspective. Wow. It's a Cthulhu skull. No, it's horrible. I don't love it. Let's do some undoing. Undo. I hope I have enough undos to reverse this horrible damage that I made. Nope. Nope, not enough undos. Never mind, we'll leave it like this. And let's try to make something out of it. Good job, Živko. I should just erase this. Yeah, let's just paint this like this, and now a hint. I prefer the hoodie one. Yeah, me too. Now when I see it, I feel like it's. I missed the link you clicked on. Do you mind clicking it again? Oh yeah. It's such a funny moment. Oh goodness. Alright, let's zoom out. I shouldn't focus too much on this guy. It's like clear enough that he's like great work. Thank you, IP. What's your IP address? Ha! Ha! Share the link, please. That's the link from one of my Picarto viewers, because I'm streaming on Picarto too. Asking for a friend. Maybe this is like a. Yeah, you can see how I'm playing with the lights and darks here. Also with some color. So I introduced a light element here and added a dark element on the light color. So that's always a good way to. It's an amlay. I don't know what's amlay. It's nothing really shown. I don't know if you can see the message from on the chat. I'm not sure. It's a male character, nothing really shown. Good. Good and good. Definitely good, that's nothing shown. I can spell sometimes, my bad. No problem. This is like a rotten shield of rottenness. And I'm really doing my best not to over-render, because I don't want to over-render at this stage. Because if you over-render at this stage, you're just... if you screw something up, then you're done. Let's have this guy have a shield here. You need Joel here for epic names. Yeah, I had him here. He gave some epic names and left. I forgot them all now. You can see everything is like highlighted yellowish. Yeah, that's because of the yellow light source coming from like here. That's why the highlights are yellowish. Let's add some lighter color here to contrast it a little bit better. And emblem. Yeah, I can make scale canvas. However, in your language I do not understand. Google Translator. Strahanin. Yeah, I should increase my canvas size, definitely. Let's make it 8000 pixels. But resize it with nearest neighbor to preserve the hard edges. Boom, here it is. Let's see. This guy maybe has like a little skulls here, like Warhammer inspired little skulls. Just using highlights to add them. He has a box of little skulls. He's a skull collector. He's litigious about his skull collecting. Good advice, Strahanin from YouTube. Scaling the canvas was really a good decision. Use them 40k XP points. Yeah, this is a good chance to use the 40k experience points. But I still need to figure out what to do with this guy here, because I need to make him I just want to or just stop thinking about it right now. I'm just play around with shadows. Everybody will figure out something. There's still no bolters shooting arbitrarily. Not a Warhammer thing, so no bolters. I have some ribs pointing out. No, 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 no. All right, let's keep this up. Wow. This is a tank or something like that. Destroying everything. And now let's switch to the mixer brush just a bit. Buy Zhivko a cup of coffee. Yeah, you can buy me a cup of coffee. You can download. Oh, flow is way up high. It should be like 40%. You can become patrons at www.patreon.com/Zhillustrator. The best thing ever, being patrons for me and getting all these images in high resolution and supporting hopefully the good work that I'm doing. Also, if you think I suck, you can have privilege of telling me I suck. Undo, undo. I'm using the mixer brush a bit to... Where is my preset? My favorite preset is one I've made by myself, and I just... It's better mixer. I suck as he draws a masterpiece. I know, I'm unfortunately a little bit sometimes too harsh on myself, and as are a lot of us artists. I mean, for me, this might be the most complicated picture, like with regards to number of things happening in this image that I made ever. Even though it's not rendered, it's not super like detail-y, and I just would like to be loose. Hopefully, you know, there is a good... oh, look, I saved process. Look, boop. And now let's duplicate this layer and continue painting on top of it. I had a weird idea, like this guy having a clear layer style, having like an evil badass horse is riding, but I gave up on this idea. I like it bigger like this. I'm better, bigger. I like it bigger. I like it better like this. I like it, like it. Yeah, I'm super critical, unfortunately. That's a really bad thing. I try to fix it. I'm a bit, sometimes I can be overcritical, and like all of us artists, we always have to keep us in check a little bit so we don't get spoiled or whatever. But I think I like to say, like, good work, Zhivko, you did something well, you know. That's always nice to say to yourself from time to time, because we are really, everybody gets too critical of our own work, and we cannot relax and just paint something for fun. And what Musta is talking about is an album that we made. We have a band called Tentacle Wizard, and Come on, mixer brush. Ah. And we're playing some music together. Enjoying the key is the key to good work. Yeah, actually it is. Definitely, definitely. Enjoying yourself is like the most important thing to do. And I'm always talking about that. And I think I'm enjoying this currently. It's looking better and better as I go. As long as the outcome is positive. Yeah, if this is personal work, you know. I can always stop when I need to. I can always stop when I need to. I can always tell it quits if I need to. Let's dedicate a bit of time to this side. Let's zoom in here, and I need more highlights on this guy and a little bit of specular. As long as the outcome is positive, definitely. I need more. This spear needs to shine more. Glint the spears, glint. 12 viewers. This consistent number of 12 viewers will be the best for me on this stream. I mean, best number for me since I returned to Twitch. Just add a little bit of 3D to these tank thingies. Tank invadey thingies. And let's add some guys here. Maybe they're like, we're having a hard time and pointing their spears like whoosh, this. I'm using this orange just to point out that this is like a brass or something like that kind of metal. And I need like one banner or a big spear like here. And still keeping everything loose as possible. I'm playing around with shadows and highlights. Maybe smudging a little bit, because I don't need too much and I need to paint these guys too. They're like way in the background, but we'll still see them. Maybe have to unify them a little bit more. So try to make the dark shapes, or like in this case dark shapes of these soldiers, kind of combine so it's better readable, so you can read it better. And then you can add some highlights and some shadows to like very quickly try and sell to your viewer that there is a lot of people coming there. And still we need to be wary of where the light is coming from. So this guy should be whatever this guy is. It's a huge Roboto-san. And he has a huge Gatling gun. And I'm gonna keep the detail level very low down there. And also establish the scale of this by making the little undulations in the smoke smaller. Damn, that's epic. Thank you, IP. Glad you like it. Maybe we can try and do like, there's a little tank here in the background. Just like and we can use the background to silhouette it. Just add a little silhouette of like a little tanky thing, invadey thingy. And we should blur and where we want to. Oh god, I forgot how to speak. Edge control is a good way to introduce some variety to your shapes, especially in the background, so that it doesn't need to be sharp. You just need to be enough sharp enough to figure out what are we looking at. So in this case we're looking at a huge battle roboto, and yeah, still using the smoke undulations to show scale. That's always a good thing. And also a little edge to get lost. So basically, if you have a sharp edge on one side, you can lose the sharpness on the other side. Let's try to demonstrate it. It's maybe here. On this hood, we don't have to have it sharp all the way. Or here we have a super sharp edge of this cloak here. And on the other side, we don't. We keep this balance of sharp edges, and that's always a good thing to think about. So using this, I use the smudge tool to smudge everything, and also I like to use the mixer brush. It's one of my other favorite tools to mess around. But it has to be set up really well to work well. I try to set up my mixer brush well, and Let's add some smoke here. We can use this little smoke to show what's in front, what's back also. So the smoke is in front, one of the soldiers, but it's behind some of the others. Again, using the smudge tool to soften up some of the edges. I can later introduce them manually, of course, always. And this is going to be a print. If you're interested, let me know. I'm gonna make a print of this, and let's add some more smoke in the background. Down, down, down. Okay, let's paint zoomed out. I mean, zoomed without the tools on. That's what I thought. I didn't think of zoomed out. Yeah, I lost some edges here, so let's just reintroduce them. Some glints of the helmets of the guys. Sometimes you just don't need anything else. You just give a nice little highlight and the brain is immediately tricked. Yeah, you're a trickster. You have to be a trickster to be a good artist, because you're tricking your brain. Da, 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 na, 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 na. And also, if you notice some like super dark shapes, but in the background, you can always soften down because of the atmospheric perspective, which doesn't allow for too dark shapes in the background. So I can use that with my... What I like to do is to use dodge and burn, but very subtly. Let's see, it's at 19. Let's just make it less, like 10%, but it can affect only shadows. So only my shadows get dodged. So just push everything a little back to the background, to the shadow colors, because we don't need like protect tones. No, fuck your tones. I don't want to protect them. But it doesn't work so well sometimes. Highlights, shadows, midtones. Midtones works just usually the best. You can also zoom it down, because dodge is very stupid. A stupid tool. That's kind of how to say it, because it just applies the value up and down for as I can figure it out, and that doesn't work for most of materials except plastic. Plastic basically has a very uniform way of darkening and lightening, so the best thing is to just do it manually if you can. Add some saturation to middle tones, to maybe make your brush how to say it, to change hue and saturation maybe a little bit in the color dynamics. Let's just mess around with channels. I just want to see something. Nah, let's just switch to RGB. Layers. Step by step. This image and step by step will be available to my patrons at www.patreon.com/Zhillustrator. And you can become patrons. Let's just work a bit on this background to show that it's like a huge spaceship or like a land ship that's going. So I'm basically just playing around with highlights and playing around with just a few colors, very careful with the values, only if I want to separate some shapes a bit further. Gotta go to sleep. Good night, Zhilla and everyone. Good night, Musta. Thanks for hanging out. If there's anybody new on the stream, welcome, welcome. My name is Živko. I go online by Zhillustrator, and I'm a digital artist from Novi Sad, Serbia. And I'm currently working on a personal illustration. Some invasion thingy. Doing their invasion thingies. I like this invasion thingy thing that I made. Che cazzo? This is some Italian band. Che cazzo? Pizza. A lasagna. Mussolini. No. I'm watching too much of Alolo. In Alolo, it's like a British show. You have an Italian. I mean, they're doing such parody of everybody, and there is like an Italian Sergeant Bertarelli. He's super stereotypical, but it's so funny for some reason. Alberto Bertarelli. IP. Lolling. Yeah, I can be a little bit jackass. I'm a jackass with taste. Oh, these are Spanish people singing currently. I have noticed. One good way to equalize some values in equalize some colors in value is to switch your brush to luminosity, and then pick the target color and maybe just activate the opacity. So as you paint, the underlying color will get some of the color value of the target color. So let's just see if I can make something work here. Yeah, it works better here and here. Let's make it here too. So, just doing little passes. because some elements are very way back in the background. There is not much value contrast in the shapes, so it's really a good idea to think about that. Let's switch back to normal mode and 100% opacity. Bang. Something something, I don't know the lyrics. I like this song. Hey, newer K stream, welcome to the stream. There's a British show called Mind Your Language is Racist as Hell. Oh my god, I don't know if I want to watch that. I'll become an unconscious racist. Yeah, stereotypes are... I mean, I live in Serbia, you know. I have a lot of stereotypes about Serbs, a lot of stereotypes about Montenegrins and Bosnians, and I'm Bosnian in origin, and the stereotype about Bosnians is like we have thick heads, so like in case we bonk a head on the wall breaks, the head stays really well. So thank you, Niller K Stream for following the channel. Welcome to like a return stream after a lot of time of not streaming. My name is Živko. I come from Serbia, and I'm doing personal work, and this is a refinement of. Let's show the initial version. I don't know, I don't find stereotypes racist. It's like stereotypes, you know, it's just fun. Niller says I started learning Photoshop yesterday. Oh, yo, good luck, man. I mean, I'm kidding, you have a lot of good resources. Control Paint is one of the best resources for learning Photoshop for painting. So if you're doing painting, you can learn a lot there. Control Paint, ctrlpaint.com. Like control, like the button on the keyboard. I've been doing Photoshop from 2002. A lot of time I'm doing Photoshop. A lot of time. That's a lot of years, man. I'm being very subtle with the mixer brush, because the mixer brush can sometimes screw things up. Well, I have used it before for small stuff since about 95. Yeah, but Photoshop has grown as a tool so much you have to relearn it if you haven't worked with it since like 95. Yeah, I can understand the need to learn again. Yeah, this is Photoshop CC. Actually, I prefer some other tools these days. I prefer ArtRage to paint. ArtRage is a wonderful painting tool. I really love it. And in Photoshop, sometimes I just use a few brushes and that's it. I'm basically using five brushes right now. Nick Niller says, yeah, it's crazy how much I don't know on and off. It's about 36 months or so. Tried GIMP. GIMP is a piece of shit. GIMP is horrible. It's one of my most hated programs in existence. If you want a Photoshop experience on Linux, try Krita. Krita is much better. Let me show it. I have it open here. Yeah, this is Krita, and it's much better experience than Photoshop. You have all the layers and everything, and you can paint with it, and you can do all kinds of nice things. And this is a sketch I did just earlier today. Whoops, long chunk. So Krita is the best free tool alternative to Photoshop. Photoshop is just the best. There is no contesting that. But if you don't use Photoshop, then Krita is second best as a free alternative. Also, I use Clip Studio Pro, which is almost as good as Photoshop in some things. It's very speedy, and Krita has a Windows version, and it's kind of good. It didn't crash on me ever. And they did a lot of updating, and they just released version 4. So all the best to people who make Krita. You're doing wonderful work. I bought Clip Studio Paint on discount, so for $25 I was like, yeah, I have to have this. Even though I don't use it, I have it legally, and it's really nice to have it. Simplify things a bit. Simplify. I don't need too much happening here. It's a smoke in the background. So Krita is my big recommendation for. It has a symmetry tool. It has some new possibilities for brushes now. They're working a lot on it. Working on it a lot to be better spoken. So let's figure out this fire here. I like using Artrage, I like using PaintStorm Studio, I like using I see you're lurking, Bladed. Who's Bladed? And I like that you're lurking. I like people lurking here. It really helps me to, it motivates me to work more. What's going on in here? Scone Hands, welcome Scone Hands. It's a painting. it's something that I'm refining an image from. I started a year ago basically. So I'm just doing a little bit of refining, and your friends seem to be here. They tell me you're horrible. This guy said Scone is like a super horrible guy, and also the Bladed guy, he told me he's like a super horrible guy. I'm kidding, nobody told me anything. I'm horrible. Let's paint more people. Blade Eclipse is lurking. Hey, Blade Eclipse, Scone Hands told that you're like a horrible person. Thank you for lurking. It's awesome to have people watching. You know, even 9 people is good. Because I returned to Twitch after a lot of time, and it's good to have somebody to talk to a bit. As you can see, I'm very hard. Scone is okay, tiny winner. Somebody told me. Horrible. I like to joke around. Excuse me, everybody, if you're sensitive. All right. Wow, wow. Yeah, let's just add some more peeps. Let's add some more exposed. Dang it. Get Joe in here. We'll have a micro penis awareness week, as Casey Tron says it. I will laugh my ass off when she was doing that. Oh my god. How long does your average painting take? I'm a lazy person. I don't spend too much time on my paintings. Maybe I spent about 8 hours so far on this one. Today about 3 hours. I'm not sure what time is it. Yeah, about 3 hours currently, and before this I spent about, I don't know, I usually do late. I'm not lazy, I'm well optimized. So I try to not spend too much time over rendering and wasting time on doing unnecessary things. So right now I just want to add some people in the background. Let's use a bigger brush so I can and now let's use a small brush to just add a ton of little orange accents to maybe somebody. What do you mean when you say rendering? Rendering is doing like all the rendering means doing like everything rendering materials, basically drawing materials. Rendering is a term used by artists for like making something look like metal, making something look like stone, making something look like bone. So rendering is basically, if I want to make this look like wood, like I just add some like stripes and blah blah blah, and then I make it look like wood. I mean, this doesn't look like wood, but I can spend some time rendering and it can make it can look like wood. So that's like applying materials to your painting, adding like little shadows and highlights like here on this. It's not necessary at all right now at this moment. Adding little specular reflections, adding subsurface scattering, all those fun things that are mostly reserved for end stages. So I'm basically painting and I will render things later if I decide how, if this looks good, I will do some rendering. Like I want this here to look like it's metal, so I want to think about reflections and think about highlights and reflectivity, blah blah blah, and where the shadow is, where the highlight is, and all those things. But if you do go into rendering too early, then you just get lost in details, and that's not good. So for me, I usually try to make it look passable. So basically you're just selling that something is made out of skin, something is made out of fabric, blah blah blah. So yeah, we can make this reflective, so it's like looks like metal more a bit. So I'm just basically speed painting. Do you do commissions? I need me naked with a few larger alterations. I don't. I mean, I don't know how to. I don't paint people in commissions. I usually do stuff like this, or stuff like you can see on my website. If you go to my website www.zhillustrator.com. You need big hands, the biggest hands. My hands are not small. I know. You need bigger hands because of the symbolic nature of bigger hands. One saturation. Add a little saturation because we need a little bit of saturation. Bigger gloves, yes, bigger gloves. They're tremendous, huge, hugendous. Bigger gloves. Ooh, donation! Winner, 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 winner. This is a donation song. Winner. Thank you so much, Nickel K Stream, for the $10 donation. It's really awesome. Not the winner. If you want to support me further, you can become a patron at www.patreon.com/Zhillustrator. Alright, Scone, thank you for being here. You can lurk. Night Sky also on Picarto. I'll be here for an hour or so more and try to work a bit more on this painting. So thank you for being here anyway. I'm super happy to have people on. And thank you, Scone Hands, for following. It really means a lot. Especially after I wasn't streaming for 1,000,000 years. And now, after 2,000,000 years, I'm back. Let's not waste too much time on this currently. Take care. So let's increase the brush so I don't let's do some like light coming through here and something like wow. I like this face a lot. It's super simple, and let's try to emulate this. He's just showing his like highlight here and like showing his cheek, and it's blood red. It's a really good way to sell a face. Just add a shadow of the cheek, and we need more skulls in here. Let's first just get a few ropes on this shield, and now let's make just little skulls on this spear, because you know we have to have skulls on spears. It's super obligatory. And this is maybe a feather. Another another feather. And like a little rope that skull is tied with. For believability, little ropes, skull tying ropes. And we want to have small contrast because bone doesn't have high contrast, too high contrast. And maybe there's little like bones tied up here, like little bones. I'm just eyeing it. I'm not like using any reference, or I mean I should use some reference, definitely. I should. But you can go and render this painting for a million years. Oh, but I'm repeating myself. Maybe there's a halberd. With some etching and engraving. But this one is a halberd and every other is a spear, so I don't want to make it a halberd. Where is my undo? Why is not my undo working? Okay, my Photoshop is very slow. Okay, history, tab out. Let's paint more little skulls somewhere, or just add some more helmets. Again, using orange glints as like little reflections, and using some shadows to sell that are people in there with very few things. And again, a bit of spears. But again, I'm losing too much time on details, so let's just add a little fiery moments here. Again, doing little glints on all these like helmets is very fun to do, to be honest. So you can just imagine like thousands of soldiers approaching. and have a bit of depth in this illustration. I like how it turned out. Maybe this big guy is drawing like a shadow on some other guys here. That's also possible. But still, I think I'm a bit over rendering, so let's simplify some shapes here. In here. And let's use a big brush and just add some texture in the foreground. And now let's continue with adding guys here in the background a little bit. Again, like little bing 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 helmet blings, but let's just zoom in a little bit. As you can see, it's zoomed in, it's really nothing special. But the point is, when you zoom out, that you see what you need to see. Maybe there is some hand pointing here. Demonic hands. And this robot here should maybe be a little lighter. What's happening here? Let's use the clone tool. Where is my clone tool settings? 60% darken. Alright, this is one of my favorites. Just adds a little bit of detail everywhere. We can maybe clone these guys. Yeah, I didn't use any clone here, so maybe it's good. It would be a good idea to use it a bit. See what we get. No, it's too obvious. Now we don't want to use it. It's too obvious, so no cloning. Maybe here. So we're making a texture of some kind here. But have to be very careful with values, so not to be too high for contrast, because this is the background after all. Just want to hint at a bigger detail level. So it started like this, now it's like this. Much better Oh my god, I didn't save it at all. Like, let's save this. Let's see if it's saved. Yeah. View. Proof setup. Let's just set it up to custom. Don't gain 20%. Dot gain, it's not dot. Relative colorimetric, absolute colorimetric, relative. Alright. So I can check my values by Control Z. And then I can make it lighter here and here and here. Oh, let's try something. Image automatic tone. Edit and do out of tone. Edit and do out of tone. I kind of like it like this. I can always figure something out in post, but for now it's okay. Add this red here. This here. Soften it a little bit. Use my mixer brush. If there's anybody new on the stream, welcome to my channel. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for watching. My name is Živko and I go online by Zhillustrator, and I'm a digital artist from Serbia, doing a personal painting at the moment, and I usually do landscapes and similar things. This is a bit new for me too, believe me. So I want to make a print of this and sell it online, so would be nice. I'm gonna push some shapes to the background a little bit more. I should adjust the brightness a little bit more. I mean the vibrance. Adjustments, vibrance. Let's increase it a little bit more. Saturation. Oh no, we don't want saturation higher. I just want vibrance. Vibrance is basically just a more subtle version of saturation. Okay, I'm saving process images of this, and you will be able to get the process images of this if you subscribed on my Patreon, www.patreon.com/Zhillustrator. Just do something here. It's not work in progress. It is still a work in progress, but not as much as it was. Signature later. Alright, let's get back to the eels. I noticed some values that are very dark and contrasting here in the background. So I need to push them back. So I'm using a brush with lowered opacity, and I'm picking up the colors behind it, so I can use it to push what I need to the back. I can also use my mixer brush. I can also use my smudge tool. And a good way to show scale is to have some elements that appear smaller and smaller as you go away. So let's maybe add some like some little like firing. StreamYar is boring and is always telling everybody to buy me coffee. I mean, I would like you to donate and everything, but I don't condone StreamYar's it's a bit boring. I have to set StreamYar. It's a bot. I need to set it up again. I don't know how to do it. I forgot. I don't know even my login code for StreamYar bot. So let's have some shadows of something. So this big white trail of smoke, maybe drop some shadows on this below it. Maybe that's happening, maybe not. Very careful with the values in the background. We don't want them to be too light. We don't want them to be also, we don't want the colors to be saturated too much. That's one of the important things when dealing with the background elements. We want our colors in the background to be less saturated. So I'm not even at 50%, I'm at 40%, but I could do even less. Like this is too saturated, I have to push it back. But never mind, some colors can be a little more saturated to make it look unnatural, maybe. Or there is some light falling on some elements. That could be also a good thing. To remove, let's see, okay, let's duplicate this layer and continue with the process, because I have to remember to leave the process layers so I can maybe make GIFs or have something for my patrons to feel special about. I mean, they are special in my heart. Thank you, patrons of mine. I love you. You're my favorite people in the world. StreamYar, stop being boring. I feel like this little smoke thing I added is too much. Oh god, Photoshop is so slow to undo things. God. Oh. Photoshop is crap sometimes, really. I just can't handle waiting for undos. It's super annoying. All right. Oh. Wow. I don't want this brush. I want the filbert one. Add some more clouds in the background and something that looks like clouds. Something. I need my pressure sensitivity on. And my value is very subtle changes. Yeah, you have to use your range of values as much as you can, because you just don't want to have everything be blown up and just have the darks and the lights. You have to be smart about values. Make them a little, make them your tool to tell to your viewer that something is in the background where you don't have much value contrast. As you're going farther and farther away, you start losing a lot of details. I'm trying to do this here, but I still want to feel like it's complicated, this machinery behind me. With some interesting highlights, some interesting glints. I want this to be like a huge tank or something like that in the background. So I want to introduce a lighter color here. And go darker a bit here. So there is smoke. You can see of my color wheel that I'm not close to white, so I'm not just blowing everything up to be white. Let's just use a bit of dodge, and I don't like dodge too much. It's whitening it out too much. Maybe I should just keep this a bit yellowish. So I'm using just a round brush, but I have a Wacom art pen, so it gives me a bit more sensitivity, as the Wacom's art pen is sensitive to the way you hold your pencil, so it can record the angle of how you hold your stroke. That's super useful for me, and I try to use it whenever I can. If you don't know what an art pen is, it's a really good accessory for the professional Wacom tablets. I have a Wacom Intuos 4, the large version. Currently I'm using that. I also own a Wacom Companion tablet PC, which is really nice, but Photoshop sucks on it. I don't know how Mobile Studio Pro compares. Well, I can freely tell you that Photoshop sucks on the Companion. It's super slow. It's some programs work much better. Let's do some smoke. Again, being careful with the values in the background, because I don't want them to be too high. So if I notice something that has maybe a too high of a value, I will paint over it with a lighter value to compensate. Yeah, I'm currently being too obsessed with details. Let's fix that. Let's just do the big picture a bit more. So show these people. StreamJar is e-bagging again. Fuck you, StreamJar. I want to e-bag when I want to e-bag. I'm gonna e-bag when I e-bag. Don't be a jerk, StreamJar. Let's add more people here. We can separate them a little bit more by adding some smoke in the background. Yeah, definitely this background can use a little bit of lightning here. Lightning! A little bit of lightning. Gotta paint another one of these robot people. He's doing his pew pew bits, but you can't see it, only I can see it. Now I figure out I don't really need this spear here. Maybe I need it differently, like this. So it's a bit more in the foreground. And add some highlights on it. I still don't like that spear. It doesn't look right. Undo. Come on, Photoshop, do undo. So annoying. Yeah, do it like this. This guy should be a bit darker. Smudge a bit. Zoom in a bit, I think. Need more heads. Need more heads. Then switch to a different brush. I'm gonna use my trusty big dry gouache and use it very small. Hello Nind, welcome to the stream. Thank you for following. Hope you like what you see. I mean, you like since you followed, right? Oh. Let's zoom out and show you what I'm working on. This is a little personal artwork, and I'm doing I'm doing a refine version of this image. I started with this and I ended up with this. A lot of things happened. Which layer am I on here? A lot of things happened. A lot of things happened. If you follow me on social networks, you can subscribe and becoming a patron to further help out and make sure that I continue doing nice work like this. Hopefully it's nice. Let's do like a hand bracelet. So there are some tears in this fabric thing. Let me know if you have any questions about what I'm doing, and I'll be happy to answer. Let's add some shadow here. I need to get rid of black here. I don't really use black too much. I shouldn't, because black is like any too dark color is not really desirable. I always do the mix it up with something else. This black doesn't appear in nature almost at all, and it's always a good thing to try to emulate the black with something else. So I'm not the person who works on paintings for 70 hours. I'll probably have this as a print very soon, because I feel like it passes what it needs to convey, like a huge invasion force or something like that. I mean, I can always return to it. I always do return to paintings. I can always do some extra rendering, some extra details. Let's switch to the sponge tool to add some saturation in some parts, like here, here, here. Whoops, too much. Whoops, too much. Switch back to dodge burn. Let's flip the image again. So we can have a fresh perspective on things. Maybe this guy should look at us. This guy here. He actually is looking at us. And Sam Peterson is raiding me with a party of 1 million people, as he always does. Oh, Sam, welcome to the stream, man. Pussy raid! Oh yeah, more people to sacrifice to the gods. Welcome everybody. Hello from hi to Italy from Serbia. Rapaz89. Ooh, it's looking dope, man. Let's see, here it is, like this. Thank you for following Donkey Goat, Northern Time. Thank you so much. Blood for the Blood God, but this is like not Warhammer, but let's say it's something very similar. Thank you, who followed me right now? I don't know. Donkey Goat. Oh my goodness, I have the most viewers ever. Did you hear Craig Mullins is doing a class? No, I am not, don't have that info. Yeah, I'm doing a very loose style, so the most important thing for me is that it looks cohesive as one piece, so I don't waste time on rendering. I can always go in and render things if I want to. But that would just spend, and I will spend like unnecessary time rendering things out. Craig Mullins is like of course it's like the master. Everybody is like gushing over with a reason over Craig Mullins because he's doing this. Hey Zenchki, follow the channel. Thank you for following. He's doing a loose style that can be very interesting and very abstract. And King Koger, thank you for following. Sonia Smolina, thank you. Reading Corsair, thank you for following. Everybody, it's a good day. Today is a good day. Thank you, Sam Peterson, for being a raider, successful raider of the lost Zhillustrator. Everybody, welcome to the stream. My name is Živko. I'm from Serbia and I'm doing personal art, and this is something I want to finish. So many follows. Oh my god, 90 viewers. Oh, this is insane. I never had any more viewers. Mecurix, thank you for following me. Oh, let's paint little skulls on things. Let's paint little skulls on this. It's very small. Wow. Little skulls. Burning Platinum, thank you for following. And Alpha Shrimps also, thank you for following. Welcome to the stream. My name is Zhillustrator and I'm doing some fun little bones of whatever it is. Doing a little rendering and doing a little, but mostly just planning out an image because I'm not really somebody who renders a lot. I like this stage of painting the most. Everybody go to links on my profile, follow me on ArtStation, on my website. If you particularly like what I do, you can donate or you can support me on Patreon and get this image at 4K, maybe even. Blah, 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 blah. Is a berserk immense army sacrifice? Whoa. This is like a... It doesn't have a theme. The detail is amazing. It's awesome that you can achieve that while keeping a simple and loose look. That's the thing that I want to try and master and figure out. Earlier I was too obsessed about detail. The point of this kind of art is to imply the detail and try to imply it and try to be efficient with your brush strokes and with your colors. And like this here is my favorite face. It looks like a face, but it's very hey, is this your main job, man? I'm a freelance artist. I do art for a living, but not successfully because I don't do commercial artwork too much. I just do Patreon and I do prints. I sell my artwork. I have a ongoing series that I'm doing, and I recently returned to Twitch after a year of not streaming, and it's really feeling really good because I'm killing two flies with one stroke, how to say, because I'm making personal art and I'm doing a lot of new artwork, also sharing some knowledge if I can share it to people, and also I got a few patrons and since I started streaming again, so it's good for everybody, good for me, good for my work, having a lot of personal work. Twitch, I don't see Twitch as my job per se. I don't know, maybe one day if I have a little goal on Patreon to help me with that. Arstaperchalka, follow the channel. Thank you, Arstaperchalka. I can't pronounce things. Thank you everybody for being here, and ask any questions if you're interested about things, if you're interested about what I do. This is a personal illustration, and I start. Let's show the process. Let's show the process. Where are my layers? So I started with this. Let's zoom out a bit. I started with this, and then today I was adding a lot of things. So I'm currently refining this illustration and making it a bigger print, and trying to figure out the thing that Burning Platinum said, how to make something look detailed without too much detail. It's a lazy people thing, you know. I'm kidding. I'm not too lazy. I'm always saying that I'm lazy. Being a freelance artist, especially when you're not selling well, it's a lot of work. Alpha Frames, did you go to art school? I went to art school 20 years ago. I'm 32. I went 18 years ago. I started going to art school, but like in the age where we didn't have computers in art schools in Serbia. So yeah, but this year I mostly learned by myself, watching tutorials online and doing a lot of work. Mesosaur, follow the channel. Thank you, Mesosaur. Welcome to the stream. My name is Živko and I'm doing a personal illustration of some invading force. I don't know how to call this. I call it like Invasion was the original name on the painting. This was originally part of my Patreon rewards like 1 year ago. And I'm doing a little experiment to see how can I simplify things and introduce different materials, different kind of things with very simple treatment of shapes and colors. I'm mostly painting zoomed out. Did you ever think about doing animation out of your artworks? Rapaz89 asks. Oh man, it would be a lot of work. I don't know how to do animation. I'm strictly 2D, but I have a friend who's able to do those things, and we are talking about something like that for a long time. So I hope I will be able to turn one of my artworks into a fun little animation. Let's add more spears everywhere. Let's add a little more skulls in here, but little skulls with just one thing that I like to do is just to try and use a highlight or a shadow to sell something, to try and show you that's like this is a little soldier here, like it's a blob, but it's like a shaped as like where my light comes from, so you can have a little picture in your mind that it's like a soldier with a helmet on. So that's a really nice thing to think about. Did you mean 2D animation? Yeah. Oh, I see a lot of people doing very interesting 2D animations. I hope to be able to make something like that also one day. I mean, not me. I really can't expand anymore. I'm not interested in animation. That's one of my big things. If I was like very interested in animation, I'll probably do it myself, but I'm really not really interested in animation, so somebody else will have to do it for me. Horrible Živko. Horrible. I'm a horrible person. Let's add a spear glint here and here. $65 viewers. Okay, 95 was a raid. It was really fantastic. I never had more viewers like constantly, like 65. It's like so much for me. So many people. Oh my god. Yeah, I get you. No worry, you're a great painter and a great guy. Thank you so much. I try to be a great guy. I don't know if I am, but let's say I'm a great guy. He's a great guy. Undo. So also it's a good thing to use a bigger brush if you're not sure. Just grab a bigger brush and make some just play around with the hue also a little bit. Let's do that. Just play around with the hue, make it purple and a little bit of yellow and green. can't spell something, blah 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 blah. I need a warmer color here. I like Colorus. Colorus is a really nice plugin for Photoshop. It makes my color picking super easy. Okay, let's add some more people. I mean, I don't usually paint people. That's like a big challenge for me on this one too. I usually do landscapes. And that's what I love the most. If you want, you can check out my website. I will leave the link. And this is my Patreon page. Check out those links, give me a follow. I use Twitter a lot, I use Instagram a lot. I like social networks. I'm generally a social person. Let's add he's here and he's holding a spear. Oh no, we don't want a spear like that. It's enough. He may hold this spear here. This spear here is rhyming. Let's add a shadow of that spear. So you can see I'm using, like, if I have a lighter background, I always add in a shadow of the object I want to paint. And when I have a darker background, I usually had the highlighted side of the object I want to paint to make it easy and readable. So you can read this spear a bit better now because I added like a darker color here and I switched to a lighter color as the background switches to a darker color. So it's a really good technique to practice. Like this handle of this spear should be a bit darker, maybe even red, because it's surrounded by fire. So let's make it red. So you see now how it looks better. Because the contrast is one of the main things to think about. If the contrast is not good, then there are very few ways to fix that. I'm doing a big crowd of people. Oh my god, this will be a pain in the ass to draw. You can use a little fire colors because they are close to this fire, so you can easily pick like an orange and just lightly press over everything. So I just decreased the opacity to 20, so especially here where the fire is, you can use the darken blending mode. I'm sampling the color of the fire and just painting a little bit over it. Just a little difference, nothing huge. Back to 100% value. So again, like if I have a darker background, I will try to use a lighter color to show something. And if I have a lighter color, I will try to use a darker. Yeah, so you can see this spear now with very few lines. It's a bit readable as a spear. That's good enough for me. I'm no Craig Mullins here. No Craig Mullins here. Just switch my opacity to 50% to lose this spear a little bit in the crowd. Opacity back at 100%. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of changes. Yeah, with how I started, I really did something. So much things. So many things, not so much things. My English is not. How much am I streaming? I mean, I'm on almost 5 hours, I think, and I had OBS just failed on me recently. OBS is a bastard. Oh, bastard. That's OBS. Oh, bastard. Let's flip this image again so I don't forget myself. OBS. Oh, bullshit. Family stream, no swearing. No. I mean, I have this new OBS for Streamlabs, because I'm using Streamlabs, and it's a new thing for me. I didn't know it was a thing. For some reason it crashed on me. I haven't streamed for almost a year, I think. I mean, I streamed, last time I streamed before several days ago was in July last year. So yes, a lot of... Let's do the light and dark game again. You can see as I go over this dark color, I use the lighter color to accentuate the spear. So I successfully separated the spear from this guy. Let's just zoom in and paint some more skulls here. And as for skulls, I usually just do like shadow of the eye and one big blob and like where the eye is, and that's like good enough for what it needs to be. Forgot how to talk. With some ribs here. Some ribs. Wow. This is glorious. Kerry Can, thank you so much. Glad you think like that. And thank you for following me. Welcome to the stream. Glorious. Oops. Now I need to be lighter. Let's pick this color and switch my blending mode to lighter color. To just add a bit of light to this guy here, because he's behind this guy here. Switch back to normal mode. I can zoom out a little bit. This is a personal illustration I'm doing for myself, and for eventual sales of prints if somebody decides they want to buy this. Hopefully somebody will. I think it's not bad. Sfork, welcome to the stream. Thank you for commenting. Glad you like the illustration. It's a refinement of an image I started almost a year ago, and I decided to give it a lot of work now. I spent about 6 hours or 5 hours streaming and painting. But it's a complicated illustration, so thank you for following Can and Sfork and Metasaur. Nice to have new people on the stream. Let's use this blood red. But I'm still very careful not to go in too much detail. Really impressive. Thank you, Slowthems. Welcome to the stream. And you see here, this is very black. I don't want a black. I want to use a bit of red to add some like organic color. Slowthens, thank you for following. Glad you like what you see. And put together a story and illustrate it. It's illustrated. And put together a story and illustrate it. I'm also an illustrator. I like to do everything by myself, but you know, having a story really carry more people to you. Yeah, this. I have a personal project that I'm working on, but it's not this. This is completely outside of everything that I usually do. Now, definitely having something. I have a little personal project I call Alter Slavia. It's like a alternate universe Yugoslavia or just Balkans. And I'm trying to figure out a story around it and everything. Come on, I need darker here. Definitely having a story is something of yours is definitely a good step to sell your stuff and to have something of your own. For me, it's very important. It's very important to have something yours, not just die on a hill for Overwatch or whatever, just doing fan art. And I mean, fan art is okay, especially if it's your thing. It's not my thing. I'm not interested in games too much. So using this personal project that I have is a very good thing to produce something of your own. It's super important. I want to make an art book, for example, of all of my artwork. I would love to do that, but I have no financial possibilities. Like maybe if my Patreon one day goes over like $500 a month or so, then I'll maybe be able to do an art book. Or like an art book is basically a little dream of mine. I think it's an achievable dream. I'm certain it is. Let's paint some shadows, negative space. I think it's very achievable to one day be able to make an art book of my either sketching or this personal project that I'm doing. That's completely realizable and unrealizable. I don't know if it's a word. It's nothing too impossible. Wow, you're good. Sunny ZHP from Picarto. Thank you so much. Welcome to the stream. You feel free to follow me on Picarto. I'm using Restream.io to stream on several different platforms. I'm using Mixer, I'm using YouTube, I'm using Picarto and Twitch. Twitch is my main dude. My main dude, Twitcherson. Twitcherson. How are you doing, Twitcherson? Let's do this little fuzzy shoulder thing. I'm just being random and just using these little highlights to try to sell the material of this, like some kind of furry, woolly, leathery thing. Is Twitch a better streaming platform for drawing? For me, it has a better audience for what I do. If I do fan art or furry or like anime too much, then I think Picarto or Mixer would be very, very competent. But Twitch has a bigger, better audience for what I do, so I prefer Twitch for the audience and just the size of the network in general, you know. But I like to try and expand, so Picarto it is too. Let's do a better highlight on this. Pyong, pyong. Pyong, 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 pong, pong, pong. All right, that's a nice looking shield. That's a nice looking shield. It needs some skulls. I know. I want that skulls. Promise, no skulls on the shield. No, I don't want to render details. Let's just focus on the little helmets and figuring out things here in the background. I think I'm already like in too much in details for my own personal taste. Let's zoom into this guy a bit. Zoom out and figure out what I want to do with that dude. I'm gonna be very subtle with the values because I don't want to. Maybe he has like a metal thing here. No. Dude, I'm going to sleep. Hope to see you soon on streaming. Good luck with your beautiful artwork. Ciao, ciao, bello. Ragazzo. No, I don't know how to say it. I think it's like that. Follow me and you will see me more. Definitely. So you followed me and you will be seeing me more here. I'm gonna try and stream more and do stuff like this that's interesting to people, and do some sketches and do some I hate the sound of my chair. Ciao bello ragazzo, alright. I'm goofing around a little bit, sorry. Let's not go in too much detail, just make this rib turn a little bit. And this one. Na 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 na. Let's add some shadow here from this guy and this guy. 50 viewers, oh my goodness, this is so much for me. I'm used to like talking to myself and drawing for hours, and this is definitely something new. And thank you everybody for being here and supporting me and chatting and asking questions and following and everything else. It's very appreciated. I'm a talkative guy, so it's not hard for me to noodle around and talk on my stream, so feel free to ask if you have something of interest. Whoop, undo. Let's have some dents on this helmet. How did you set up the composition of this piece? You don't have to ask yourself. I'm learning to draw, I'm just beginning. I was playing around with let me just no, not this one. Layers. Yeah, I usually just try to for this one is mostly the diagonals, so I was doing this. So this was my main line, using this. So it's kind of split between having a lot of people on this side and having a lot of like background things on this side. Hey, Miguel, thank you so much. So I split the page diagonally. It's kind of unusual for me. I usually do landscapes, which are fairly normal compositionally. Like on this side, I have a lot of repetition, and on this side is a bit of chaos. So this is like a solid side. This is like a chaotic side. So you're thinking about how to contrast your image pretty much. And also you have I have like a compositional helper. This is like a shape that I like to use to figure out my composition. So those are some intersecting lines that are kind of important to the composition. Or I use this version, which is the normal. So this is also a version that's kind of useful. So it gives you the golden ratio, and it gives you some diagonals, and it just helps you to frame some of the elements in the picture. But it and just having fun and thinking about atmospheric perspective, thinking about the flow of the illustration, thinking about all those different things. Yeah, the compositional elements. Sunny is asking, he's from Picarto. Composition elements might be the most important when you're starting out. There is no match. If you don't set up your image nicely, then it's just not, it won't be good enough, because you can be a technically perfect artist but suck at composition. I mean, not be good at I hate the word sucking at composition. Or it's something that's very learnable. It's especially the basics of composition are very simple. The rule of thirds, the golden ratio, I don't know, intersecting points of the diagonals, and some places where things look good, like here. It's a good place to put something of yours, because it's like intersecting the lines of golden ratio, something very pleasing to the eye. It's a nice place to put things in. Hey Slob, 210211. Thank you for following. You can see how this started. Oh, look. Boom, 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 boom. Let's zoom in a bit and just add. It's a skull robot with a Gatling gun, which very like 3 lines are not a Gatling gun, but in my head they are. Very simple things. Mike G Codes, thank you for following the channel. Welcome to the stream. My name is Živko. I go by Zhillustrator, and I'm a digital painter, usually doing landscapes, but now I'm doing something a bit more tricky. Let's add a little bit of highlights. So basically a well-placed highlight can do miracles. See, right now you can figure out these are knees of the robot thingy just because of the highlights. It's very simple sometimes. Sometimes it's very simple, definitely. I got raided by Sam Peterson today. By like 90 people appeared in the raid, so I'm super happy with all the new people who followed me. Thank you very much. You're nice people. Let's add a hand to this guy here. It's a zombie hand, so let's... Sunny ZHP22, welcome to the stream. Thank you for following. Hey Slobs, you came from Sam's raid. Awesome. Nice to have you here. Let's do like a hand here. No, it will intersect too much with the skeletal hand. And the skeletal hand. Oh, okay, I need to add a little rim light here. to separate this guy a bit better. So if I decide to do more rendering, it will be interesting because there is so many. Oh, fuck. Ouch! I think it's very close to the time that I. Mandelion, welcome to the stream. Hey, it's interesting the way you move your head back as you're drawing. Yeah, I'm doing this all the time. You should see this in time lapse. You should see a time lapse when I do this. The time lapse is like, the time lapse goes like this. Yeah, that's how my time lapses look. If I make a one where you can see me, it's super. Yeah, because I'm like trying to view the image from a bit farther. And I'm trying to see it. Yeah, I look like a woodpecker in a time-lapse form. Yeah, it's super funny. Let's duplicate this. I'm saving process, so it's important for me to. Yeah, it's super funny. Because I don't know. It's like Inferno War. Thank you so much. Welcome to the stream. I mean, to the chat. Good job. Thank you. Yeah, I'm laughing, but I understand the practical point of things. I might try it out myself. Yeah, but I don't know. I have a huge monitor. I mean, it's a. Whoop. It's a 27-inch monitor. Let me just figure out the camera. No! Fuck. Goddamn. Ah! Hello. Boop. Inferno War, thank you for following. My camera is all screwed up right now. Oh, not good. God damn. It was just good and I screwed it up. No. You know what? Never mind. Thank you for following the channel, Inferno. Oh, I think I'm good. Good. I have a slob. I have a 27-inch monitor and it's kind of big, and I sometimes need to just go a bit outside to figure out. This is a mix of Warhammer Fantasy and 40k. Yeah, it's kind of something like that. If I should put some like name to it, it's something like that. Warhammer, and I like Warhammer. Let's flip the image and it's just okay. It's important to flip the image from time to time, and this side is kind of better for you right now. Yeah, I'm always doing this and this and this and this. It's super funny for me also, believe me. I'm always laughing at myself when I'm doing the time-lapse things. It's super funny. Also, Inferno War, this is a personal illustration and it will be available to people on my Patreon. Downloadable as probably like high quality JPEG or PNG. It's several sizes. If you're interested and want to support this work, you can sign up on Patreon. There's a link on my stream, and my patrons get, after the stream you will get tomorrow probably this image in 1080p for wallpapers, and $10 patrons get 1440p image, and all the higher get the, you know, as high as you go, you get bigger images, blah blah blah, and PSD file with all the steps, and then some privilege as a patron. This is what I do for a living, so it means a lot, and sorry for e-begging. I will stop now. What else? Yeah, this I want to try and get more commissions ordered like this. It's interesting. It's a bit outside my usual sphere of work. I usually just paint pastoral landscapes and similar things, but I find it's very important to branch out a little bit. So I'm not like you have to do everything. No, but this is enjoyable for me, and it's good to change it up a bit from time to time. I'm happy to do something like this. But I'm not a detailed person, so I don't work for Games Workshop or Magic the Gathering or whatever. I mean, I don't care about Magic at all, so I wouldn't be a good Magic artist. I mean, I never applied. I don't know why. I don't really see myself there. I'm an amateur still in that sense. I mean, I feel like I have to have at least some interest in Magic if I want to be like a Magic artist. And I like Warhammer, but I think my style over the years became much less detailed, and I'm trying to figure out this thing here, like having details without details, and maybe I'll apply to Games Workshop again. I worked with them for maybe 3 illustrations. I would like to try again one time. It would be nice. The money is good also. At least when I was doing those illustrations, the money was good. Right now, I don't know. But I like money. Money, money, money. I'm trying to have my own thing. That's what's important for me at the moment. I want to have my own thing and go to conventions over Europe. I'm going to Germany, I'm going to Austria, I'm going to maybe Sweden if they receive me. And so I'm trying to make some illustrations to sell on different conventions. But it's very interesting because I'm not a commercial artist, so I always have an adventure and seeing like who buys my art and who those people are who are interested in what I do. I always have a good time on conventions. Streamlabs is shilling a little bit. Okay, Streamlabs is okay. I mean, Streambot, the little bot thing that's asking you to buy me coffee. It's alright. An artist gotta live out of something. Oh. Let's save this. I haven't saved in like an hour. I like how this guy, this central guy, is very simple. I could maybe make him more geometrical, because I don't know. It's almost contrasting the rest of the picture. I kick ass, right? You know. Thank you for following me. Welcome to the stream. Ikats. Ah, yeah, but I thought you're kick ass. I kick ass. This better name for you, Ikats. I kick ass. If a foreigner can't understand, then just tell him I kick ass. Welcome, brate. Glad you're here. Thank you for following. If you're following, what is that in the background? Hey, Sunny. It's like a war machine. It's Tower. Thank you for following. So I have like a robot here in the background. I have a big like tank here and another one here, and it's like a chaotic war machine in the background, something like that. It's a chaotic war machine. Okay, let's thank you for following, Tower. Welcome to the stream. I'm like probably ending it in about 10 minutes. I'm kind of tired. This is illustration I made for myself and print. Hopefully people will buy prints. Hopefully. You can find the link to my prints online on my profile. I have an Etsy shop where I only have my other series illustrations, right? There is nothing like this currently, but I can make a print if somebody's interested. Yeah, because I can see now that I'm mostly noodling all around the page. I think, yeah, it's very close to somewhere that I can say it's not finished per se, but it's something that I'm happy with. This guy has a saber. It's a 2-stroke saber. Nobody has a saber, just this guy here. Saber rider and star sheriffs. Pew pew pew. I should make this robot like have laser eyes. No, I won't make it. I'm happy with this. And it's very interesting how this guy looks. Oh, come on. Yes, I wanted this. Let's add a smaller brush. This guy looks almost geometrical. That's one of my favorite parts of this image. How he's like almost 2 triangles. But it's very effective, I think. super effective desu. It's definitely a favorite part of this image. I mean, but still very low detail, still very most of details are implied, and most things are not super rendered, and I really don't do super rendered too much. All right, let's do 0. All right. What I wanted to do, let's minimize this chat here. I want you to see the image, because I'll be ending the stream in very soon. Something I want to insert my watermark and my signature, and I need to flip the image and tab out. So basically this was a 6-hour stream, I think. I really had a lot of fun working on this image, and if you like what you see, feel free to follow me on Twitch, on Mixer, and YouTube. I'll make a time lapse of this stream and put it on YouTube, but my patrons will get it first. I run a Patreon page at patreon.com/Zhillustrator. Haha. And you'll get this image in high resolution and blah 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 blah, step by step, all that I saved. Yes, remember to save. And next stream will probably be Friday or Saturday. I'll try to announce it so people can raid me with hundreds of viewers. Thank you so much for all the people who chatted with me. One donation, $10 from, let's see, Neilurk stream donated $10. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the followers from mostly raid from Sam Peterson. Thank you so much, Sam, for getting a little attention to poor little me. I'm on the Art Posted Discord also, so I will post this image there, like in small resolution with the watermark and everything. What else? Yeah, basically go to my website, check out my social network links. I use Twitter a lot, I use Instagram, I use Discord, and I hope to be able to see you soon, in a few days, I think. Let's remove the jar. It's obstructing the view. Nobody gave nothing anyway. Lock it. I hope you liked what you see, and tell everybody there's a good artist here. Hey. All right. Again, goodbye, everyone, and see you very soon, hopefully. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and stay tuned for the image and everything else. I'm out. See ya. This was horrible. No.